might be able to help somebody if they were to hear your story about going through it?
That's a tough one, but probably the most poignant would be the loss of my wife to cancer on Christmas Day 2014.
Hey, you! We're in East Jordan, Michigan. I'm Austin. This is the People's Podcast 2, and you are our why.
I think in some type of way, we struggle a little bit every day.
I just pray and then put my effort into whatever thing I want to put it into.
Communication is the key to success. I mean, that's what they say.
Absolutely. Yeah, unity is so important.
You are our why.
I'm Austin LeCount. I'm here with
Larry?
Larry. We're in Petoskey. We're in the park downtown. Where are you from, Larry?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. Very cool. So what brings you here to northern Michigan?
A friend of mine lives on Pickerel Lake. Came out to help him out. We flew up in his small plane. And
awesome. To the Harbor Springs Airport, probably?
is it Boca Bonita?
I'm not familiar. I just figured
It's
maybe...
a small airport just north of the airport of Lansing, north of Lansing.
Okay, cool. Oh, it's probably Pellston. Pellston Airport?
Yeah, that might be it.
Yep. Okay, anyway. All right, so what do you do for a living, Larry?
I'm recently retired. I was an IT administrator for 20 years or so.
Okay. Don't have to do go as in depth as you want, but what's the quick version of what that entails?
Keeping computer systems running for companies. I managed, groups of several thousand servers, mostly running open source Linux.
Interesting. Okay. Linux. Okay, I do want to dig just a teeny bit. What is it, like an Android thing or something for Google maybe?
Android is loosely based on Linux. Yes.
Yeah.
It's an open source operating system that has become very popular because it's not Windows. It's not controlled by any single company.
Right.
Anyone can read and modify the code and reprogram it if they want, and nothing about it is secret.
That's
proprietary.
That's basically my understanding. Okay, how did you come to be in that career? It's probably not very easy to assume your position.
It was kind of by accident. I never got a degree. I got lucky and got one of my first jobs as an electronic technician working for Bell Laboratories.
Okay.
I worked there for almost 20 years. And when the electronics division was gone, I moved over into IT and I taught myself everything about computers because I've been around since the PC existed in the 80s.
Even before established Windows, probably it was like DOS or whatever it's called.
DOS was new, yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's before my time, but I mean, with the degree that I've dabbled in that sort of thing, I'm at least aware of it. So, that's cool. Sounds like you have a career that's a bit of an expertise. So you've probably done something that's like a very honed craft for most of your career. I'm sure maybe not a craft, but it's just it's a honed in a specific skill set for your whole career.
Yeah, there's an art to it, if you will.
Okay. So if you can share with me real quick, just what's an example of your most recent hurdle, or maybe it's not recent, or basically any struggle that you are willing to share with me that you overcame that might be able to help somebody if they were to hear your story about going through it.
That's a tough one, but probably the most poignant would be the loss of my wife to cancer on Christmas Day 2014.
Wow. Man, I'm very sorry to hear that.
We were married for 20 years.
So I'm truly sorry to hear that. And I got to ask you just, I mean, what has that process been like as far as coming back from the low that was? I'm sure it was the lowest point of your life, was it not?
Well, let's just say if it wasn't for family and the group of friends that I have around me, I might not be here today.
Understandable. So yeah, you have a family like support system that was there for you when that happened, I hope.
Yes,
Yeah.
both my side and the in-laws.
Were they near to you, or was it maybe just talking over the phone, or what?
They were near, yeah. They lived in nearby cities, and my brother north of Indianapolis. And I have a group of about 8 friends that I've known since I was 10 years old that I still interact and hang out with.
Very good. Very good. Well, I'm very happy for you that in the way that you had those people there in your life for you at that time. Obviously there's not a whole lot of good to say about tragedy, obviously, but I'm very, very glad that when you were going through that time, regardless of how long it took you to maybe feel like you had gotten some relief from that initial feeling of loss, or I'm glad that there were people there for you, that could communicate with you and help you through that. And really, my last question, my only question that I would have stemming from that is, I would assume that you probably believe that the power of communication in those situations is about all we've got, right? Is just to talk with people and let time do its work, pretty much, right?
Absolutely.
Let's say there's somebody, and this truly will be the last thing I'll ask you. I appreciate your time. Let's say somebody was going through the same thing or a really similar thing. What would you say to them about, what you learned going through that? And you can be as personal as you'd like or as anonymous as you'd like in that answer. But I just wonder what advice you might give somebody who was going through a parallel situation.
Don't make any snap decisions based on your feelings of the moment. Give it time to sink in. Lean on the people close to you. Don't be afraid to reach out. That's about the biggest thing.
I think that's about a perfect answer. I think I'd just like to thank you for sharing that, and I'm glad to see you here in the park. We struck up a good, nice conversation, and you seem like today might be a good day for you. Is that right?
Yes, it is. It's not a bad couple of days. My buddy and I flew up in his plane, and I actually got to grab the yoke and fly for 15 minutes.
You did yourself?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. And how did that feel when you're up there? Because you're not a trained pilot, are you?
Nope.
So how'd that feel flying?
It was a little scary at first. He turned off the autopilot and said, "Here you go." Kept an eye on me and said I kept it straight and level for all 15 minutes. No emergencies.
Very cool. Yeah, as long as you don't
very exhilarating.
As long as you don't give any crazy input, you're probably fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, very cool. I want to thank you.
Pleasure, no
problem. I had no idea what this was going to be, and I'm so glad that I talked with you.
Anytime, actually.
Thank you for watching this interview. We hope and pray that this story could help you, encourage you, or inspire you to take action in any way. We challenge you to see yourself in every interviewee, and we challenge you to get out and talk to one new person every single day. If this impacted your life in any way, please like, share, and subscribe. We're posting one new video every single day, Monday through Saturday. Thank you so much for your time. This is the People's Podcast. We're praying for you always.
Man, that's deep.